Hi, this is a brief review of the Mancala board as it stands right now in the class that we have just been able to print out the board. More information will be coming shortly, and so we'll just go ahead and get to it. Okay, here's the Mancala board, and I'm just going to go through it real briefly. 5 points are on the header, main header, and then each of these additional headers, I'll go through this. They're worth 5 points also. I mean, not 5 points each, but 5 points total. So that's a total of 10 points for comments. Then the include files I need are IOStream, IOmanip, so I can print out things in an orderly fashion, and string, and then of course using namespace standard. Then I have a universal or global variable for the board, which has the 6 pits for the let's see, player 1 plus the player 1 Mancala, then the 6 pits for player 2 and the player Mancala. And then I have a way of setting out a solid line, and it passes in an int and a bool. And then likewise, I have here the 2 items. And then this just goes through and always sets the return value because I just says if it passes or it fails. And in this case, I'm always saying it passes. And then this will print out for the length, whatever the length is, an asterisk. And then it would print them out. And finally, if I am passing in true for new line, it will do an endl and then return the value. Likewise for dotted line, which is a asterisk followed by 4 spaces. And then if I have an endl, then it has to have a closing asterisk and then an endl. Then I have the interesting ones for player and player 2 print out. And then this prints out a line of just numbers. And notice it goes from 13 to 7, decrementing by 1 at each time. And then I set the width to 3. And then I add a space at the end so it's nicely and neatly spaced between the 2 asterisks. The reason why I do 3 is because I could have double digits. In fact, I will have double digits to begin with, which is 13. And then this prints out the numbers. And then notice the difference between the 2. The only difference is that I have the board sub I. And then this prints out just the I, which is the index. So this will be printed out 13 through 7. And then this will be printing out the values within board 13 through board 7. Likewise, on the player 1, I have a output, and then on the, just going over what I have, I always have an output. In this case, there's none. An input, there's none. And so in this case, then I will be printing out again the numbers first. And if you notice, then I am doing a dotted line 1 false, which will print out a asterisk and then 4 spaces, so that it moves it over to where I want it. Then I print out the numbers, and then I finally do a cout to close it off with an asterisk and an endl. And likewise, then the main difference between this one and this one is this will print out the index of the pit in the board, and this will actually put out the actual count of how many stones are in this pit. And then the main program all it does is call these. And then if notice, I'm putting in comments to, so divide it up into what area of the board I'm setting up. So hopefully this has been interesting and helpful. And I will go ahead and stop recording.